are listening to NOAA weather radio station KHA-53 serving the Rochester, New York area. KHA-53 operates on a frequency of 162.400 MHz. Here are the current conditions for the Rochester area. In Rochester, it was mostly sunny. The temperature was 28 degrees. Wind was light and variable. In Greece, it was partly cloudy. The temperature was 26 degrees. Wind was light and variable. In Henrietta, it was mostly sunny. The temperature was 30 degrees. Wind was light and variable. A small craft advisory is in effect for all shores along Lake Ontario until 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time Thursday. Northwest wind 15 to 25 knots with gusts up to 30 knots. Seas 3 to 5 feet. Impacts. Conditions will be hazardous to all small craft. Inexperienced mariners, especially those operating smaller vessels, should avoid navigating in hazardous conditions.
News Radio WAM 1180 AM. Good evening. We have some breaking news. The City of Rochester Police Department and Monroe County Sheriff's Office are at the Ontario Beach Park. We are receiving word that a small boat has called in distress, and first responders are attempting to locate this boat. The Sheriff's Office is asking anyone with any information to call 911. We will provide you an update as soon as one becomes available. At the top of the news hour, police still have not found a man missing on Lake Ontario. According to information from the Monroe County Sheriff's Office, the man placed a distress call with the Coast Guard. The man stated in his call that he was aboard the vessel Falling Valley, and that was when communication with the man was lost. The Monroe County Sheriff's Office states that poor weather conditions have not only made it impossible to find the missing vessel, but it is also deterring their ability to conduct a search.
We believe this man placed a distress signal due to the weather conditions on Lake Ontario. We do believe that this man is in danger due to these weather conditions, but we're unable to conduct a proper search at this time.
Monroe County Sheriff's Office is once again asking the public to contact them with any information regarding the Falling Valley.
The National Weather Service in Buffalo has issued a lake effect snow warning for the following counties: in New York, Monroe, until 7 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. At 7:30 p.m., National Weather Service Doppler radar was tracking a band of lake effect snow that was impacting the Monroe County area. Heavy lake effect snow expected. Total snow accumulations of 6 to 10 inches in the most persistent lake snows. Winds gusting as high as 35 miles per hour will produce blowing and drifting snow. Snowfall rates may briefly reach 2 to 4 inches per hour. Locations in the impacted area include the city of Rochester, Henrietta, Greece, Irondequoit, Rush, Scottsville, Brockport, Hamlin, and Spencerport. Travel will be very difficult with deep snow cover on roads and very poor visibility. The hazardous conditions could impact the evening commute. Heavy snow will fall in relatively narrow bands. If traveling, be prepared for rapidly changing road conditions and visibilities. Submit snow reports through our website or social media.
News Radio WAM 1180 AM. Police have finished their search for the missing vessel Falling Valley. During the snowstorm, Rochester City Police spotted the vessel drifting down the Genesee River. Police state the vessel ran aground, and the man inside was found deceased. Rochester City Police have not released the name of the man, as they are making notification to the family first. Police have not determined the cause of death yet, but they are not ruling out foul play at this point.
Civil danger warning. The following message is being transmitted at the request of the Rochester Police Department. A situation is occurring at Strong Hospital. Residents are being asked to avoid the area while the police handle the situation. Stay tuned to local news media outlets for updates on this developing situation.
We have a developing situation out of Strong Memorial Hospital. We go to Julia, Our news reporter on scene outside of the hospital. Julia?
Paul, I'm just outside of the hospital, and there is a large police
Let me
presence.
see your hands.
We are
Get
receiving
down on the
reports that
ground
patients
now.
are becoming hospital staff members, and they have been biting other people.
Julia, is that gunfire I'm hearing?
Paul, this situation is quickly getting out of control. People are pouring out of the hospital running towards the police and attacking them. This is not good.
The following message is transmitted at the request of the Rochester Police Department. A shelter-in-place warning has been issued for all residents living within a 1/2 mile radius of Strong Hospital. Law enforcement officials are reporting that a large group of patients have become hostile, and they are attacking hospital staff members and the police. Officials have also stated that these people appear to be unresponsive to basic commands. To shelter in place, take the following actions. Lock all doors and windows, and move into the most interior room of your house. Do not go outside for any reason. The Rochester Police Department is attempting to take control of this dangerous situation. Stay tuned to local media outlets for updates on this developing situation.
This is 1100 KNFX News serving the Phoenix area. Following investigations into the cult, Hell's Prisoners, the FBI raided a large house belonging to the leader, Michael Roswell Jefferson III. The FBI stated in their news release that tips that were sent to them indicated there would be a large ceremony at the residence, and that there would be a mass suicide. The FBI is asking for help from the public tonight, as 47 people have gone missing and their whereabouts are unknown. The FBI is asking all residents to be vigilant, and to call their local police department if they have any information about the missing people.
Civil danger warning. The following message is being transmitted at the request of the Phoenix Police Department. A large riot is occurring in the downtown area. At 7:45 p.m., a large group of people began to attack citizens. The people involved have been reported to be growling and biting. A shelter-in-place warning has been issued for the city of Phoenix. To shelter in place, take the following precautions. Close and lock all windows and doors. Go to the most interior room in your home. Do not go outside for any reason. The Phoenix Police Department is attempting to take control of the situation. Stay tuned to local media outlets for further information on this developing situation. The following message is being transmitted at the request of the Rochester Police Department. The situation that was occurring at Strong Hospital is now out of control, and patients have begun to attack citizens. Law enforcement officials are stating that the patients have been biting people, and the victims begin to become unresponsive and turn violent. The city of Rochester has ordered an immediate evacuation of the city due to the size and aggressiveness of the group. Take the following actions. Leave your residence immediately, and only take essential items such as non-perishable food, clothing and water to last you a few weeks. This is a dangerous and life-threatening situation, and the cause of this event is unknown. The Monroe County Office of Emergency Management will be setting up shelters outside of the city, once safe locations have been determined.
This is WAM 1180. If you are just joining us, let's recap all of the events as they are occurring very quickly. A large riot broke out at Strong Memorial Hospital. Rochester police initially responded to take control of the situation. Patients began attacking officers, and our own news reporter Julia was near the hospital when the situation got out of control. Things began to go south very quickly. We are now receiving reports that people involved in this attack have been biting people. Once a person has been attacked, They will go unresponsive and become aggressive. The size of the group in Rochester has grown to over 1,000 people very quickly, and Monroe County Emergency Management has ordered an evacuation of the city until the situation gets under control. We are hearing from our colleagues in the Phoenix, Arizona area that a similar situation is unfolding. It may be just coincidence, but two events have occurred prior to the current situations. Rochester police took the deceased male from the Fallen Valley to Strong Hospital. It wasn't long after they were called back to address the situation in Phoenix. The FBI raided a house belonging to a cult known as the Hell's Prisoners. The FBI has told our sister station KNFX that 47 people have gone missing, and that is when the event in the Phoenix area occurred. We will continue to keep you updated, but right now if you are in or near the city of Rochester, you need to leave immediately.
The following message is being transmitted at the request of the Center for Disease Control. A contagious disease warning has been issued for the following areas: the city of Rochester, New York, and the city of Phoenix, Arizona. Law enforcement officials are currently handling situations that involve large groups of people attacking citizens. This large group of people have been known to bite their victims. Victims then become psychologically unresponsive and become very aggressive. It is believed that the cause of this is from a contagious disease that was recently discovered in Pakistan. The disease is being designated as Zom-V-A20. Current known information: transmission occurs through bites. Once a person has received a bite, they will become unresponsive, and they will become abnormally aggressive, attacking other people. Residents in Rochester and Phoenix need to take the following actions: evacuate the areas per local emergency management agencies. If you encounter a person who appears to be aggressive, take actions to protect yourself and others. The use of force to defend yourself and others has been authorized.
We're back live from our secondary news station in Brockport. Things became so chaotic in Rochester that we had to be flown out by our helicopter. The CDC has just put out a warning about a contagious disease called Zom-V-A20. The symptoms match the recent discovery of this virus in Pakistan. Unfortunately, the disease takes control of a person so fast. There are no other known symptoms at this time. Rochester police have become overwhelmed, and other police agencies from different counties have been called in to take control of the situation. The National Guard has been deployed, and they are attempting to stop the spread of this violent disease. Stand by. We are receiving another emergency alert.
We interrupt our programming. This is a national emergency. Important instructions will follow. The following message is being transmitted at the request of the United States government. All broadcast stations shall transmit this emergency message. This station has interrupted its regular programming at the request of the United States government to participate in this national emergency. During this emergency, most stations will remain on the air to provide news and updates for your local area. This is WHAM 1180. We will continue to serve the Rochester area. If you are not in this local area, you should tune to a station providing news and updates for your local area. Do not use the telephone. The telephone line should be kept open for emergency use. The emergency alert system has been activated. Incidents that were thought to only be occurring in the cities of Rochester and Phoenix have been discovered in other major cities. These incidents are caused by the outbreak of the aggressive virus Zom-V-A20. This virus is believed to cause complete zombification of a person once they come into contact with someone who has the disease. Symptoms include aggressiveness and complete psychological unresponsiveness. Take the following precautions to protect yourself and others. Close all windows and doors. Turn off all heating and ventilation systems. Do not approach someone who appears to be aggressive, as you may be risking your life. If you come into contact with a person who is sick with virus, do everything you can to protect yourself and others. Keep enough food, water, and clothing in your shelter to last you at least 1 month. Have a battery-powered radio to receive updates for your area.
As you just heard, The entire nation is on high alert. This outbreak is occurring in other cities. Officials have confirmed that members of Hell's prisoners traveled to Pakistan in order to plan an attack on the United States. The deceased male from Falling Valley has been identified as a member of Hell's prisoners, and it is believed that the spread of this virus has come from a supernatural entity. Again, the information we have is limited, and there is barely any time for officials to fully investigate this, as the zombie-feed groups of people show no signs of slowing down. If I had to guess, there are at least 20,000 people that have been infected right now. The military has been able to hold them at the Genesee River Bridge. This strategy is being used across the United States. We don't know the purpose of this yet. Hang on. We have another message coming in. At the request of the United States government, we will read the emergency alert to quickly get the information out. The following message is coming from the White House. The following areas are now under a mandatory evacuation: Monroe County in New York, which includes Rochester, the city of Phoenix, Miami-Dade County in Florida, Baltimore, Maryland, and Houston, Texas. The president has ordered nuclear strikes against these cities, as they are attempting to stop the virus from spreading. If you are within a 30-mile radius of any of these cities, you must evacuate immediately and get to a fallout shelter. If a fallout shelter is not available, get to a basement or the lowest floor of your home. Close all windows and doors. Turn off all heating and ventilation systems. This is a very serious situation. Certain death will occur if you are in the blast zone. There are currently no alternative options to stop this aggressive disease, and humanity as we know it may come to an end due to the evacuation order. We are going to move to 93.9 FM in Dansville, and we will be up and running within 30 minutes.
You are listening to No Weather Radio Station WXM 55 serving the Western Finger Lakes region. Today is March 18, 2021. Here is the current forecast for Corning, Bath, Elmira, and vicinity. In Corning, it was partly sunny. The temperature was 55 degrees. Wind was light and variable. In Bath, it was mostly cloudy. The temperature was 52 degrees. Wind was light and variable. In Elmira, it was partly sunny. The temperature was 58 degrees. Wind was light and variable. This is a public information statement for the following counties in the WXM 55 area: Chemung, Ontario, Schuyler, Seneca, Steuben, Yates, and Tioga County in Pennsylvania. Nuclear fallout levels have dropped to a safe level, and it is now safe to leave your shelter. It is important to remember that virus Zom-V-A20 is still contagious when coming into contact with a dead body. Although the spread of the virus has stopped in the United States over the last 3 months, this is still a global problem. Be careful when venturing out of your shelter.
WDNY 93.9 FM Dansville, New York. 3 months ago, virus Zom-V-A20 broke out on the United States. Our channel used to be in Rochester, but was lost due to the government using a nuclear missile to stop the outbreak of the virus. Over 500,000 people in the city of Rochester lost their life due to either the virus or the missile, as there was not enough time to evacuate. Similar situations occurred in the United States. Even though the United States was able to stop the spread of the virus, other countries worldwide have not been so lucky. All travel outside of the United States is still banned. It is unknown if other countries will be able to ever get the virus under control. The vessel Fallen Valley was recently discovered in Wellsville, as it traveled down the Genesee River before the impact of the missile. A cell phone was found on board, and we now know that the virus was intentionally released through supernatural means.
It's been 3 months since the zombie virus hit all of us. We lost a lot of good people in the Rochester area to a nuclear bomb. But it was the only way for the government really to eradicate this virus, whatever the hell that means. I mean, other countries are still affected by it. And here we are, we spent 3 months underground in our little shelters. Thank God we had them. Because this happened during the winter time when all the wind and all the snow was blowing that radiological crap all around. I tell you what, if it wasn't for the fact that this was a necessary thing by the government, we all might be dead right now.
Good afternoon, I'm Chuck Daniels. This is a special report on the Zom-V-A20 virus, otherwise known as the zombified virus, that struck our nation nearly 3 months ago. In this documentary, we're going to talk about some of the things that allowed this virus to get out of control and the government's response to it. We're standing before a live nation today, and it's very important that we do so and not showing fear in the face of adversity. Nearly 3 months ago, members of a cult known as the Hell's Prisoners went to Pakistan to learn about supernatural forces and how to procure a virus onto the general public. First discovered in the Rochester area and then later discovered in the Phoenix area in a short time span, this virus moved aggressively. But in that aggression, we found hope. No, wait a minute. Security, check that door.
The following message is being transmitted by the United States government. This is not a test. I repeat, this is not a test. The virus Zom-V-A20, which was thought to have been eradicated from the United States, is now once again spreading at a rapid rate. This is a civil danger warning for the entire United States. Current locations facing a rapid spread include New York City and Los Angeles. At this time, authorities are requesting all citizens to shelter in place. Point to shelter in place, close all windows and doors, and make sure they are locked. Turn off all heating and ventilation systems. At this time, there has not been a request to use nuclear weapons, but all residents must be prepared to evacuate if the order is given. Stay tuned to local media outlets for further information on this developing situation.
Breaking news, virus Zom-V-A20 has made a return, and it's spreading rapidly in New York City and Los Angeles. A news studio in New York City was presenting a documentary on the events from 3 months ago in front of a live audience when zombified people appeared. There was chaos in the streets of New York City and Los Angeles, and both cities are attempting to contain the spread of the virus. So far, shelter-in-place warnings have been transmitted by the government, but they have not ruled out nuclear weapons to once again stop the virus.
Nuclear attack warning. Nuclear attack warning. The following message is being transmitted at the request of the United States government. All citizens in the cities of New York and Los Angeles must evacuate immediately. Point: the United States government will be launching nuclear strikes against the cities to stop the return of virus Zom-V-A20. Get out of the city now, or you will face certain death. The military has the hordes contained, but will not be able to hold the line unless a nuclear strike is used. Residents have 20 minutes to evacuate.
We're going to make this as short as we possibly can. All residents in New York City and Los Angeles must get out before the nuclear strike occurs. You have 25 minutes. Right now, the United States military has the hordes locked into zones they cannot escape, but they will be unable to hold this line if nuclear strikes do not occur. All highways have been opened and first responders are assisting citizens out of the city. It's a beautiful sunny day outside. The Zom-V-A20 virus is no longer a threat to humanity. Millions of lives were lost in an attempt to stop the virus, but scientists have quickly made a vaccine and have dispersed it among all nations of the world. We are a resilient nation, and we will come back stronger now that this is over.
Well, the government took control of the situation. Fortunately, more cities had to be destroyed to stop the spread of this virus. Other governments followed suit, and eventually we did find a cure for this virus. We're lucky to have as many people alive as we do, and we're lucky that humanity was able to move on. But at what cost? What if another cult like this happens again, and supernatural influences cause another virus? What then? What do we do then? Our population's been dwindled to nothing. Nuclear weapons have turned beautiful cities and beautiful greenery into wastelands. Again, we're lucky to have survived all this. But at what cost?